time to do some questions, so let's get answering. Now, a few of you had similar questions, so we're going to group those together. JW Productions Fan Films asks, who do you think will replace Peter Capaldi? Quadrant asks, who would you want to be the next Doctor? And TARDIS Matrix asks, when do you think Hope Capaldi will leave the role of the Doctor? I want to start off by saying I don't really want a new Doctor, and that's not, I'm crying, I want Capaldi to stay forever. No, I want Doctor Who to take a break soon. I mean soon. It needs another good 5-10 years to sort of rejuvenate itself because it's losing its focus and it just needs another break. Because the break from the TV movie to the new series, obviously technology changed and the focus of television had changed and there was just a lot more energy put into the series, so I think Doctor Who might need that. And I'd like it to end with Capaldi because I feel like he is the Doctor. He is Doctor Who, and I feel like if any Doctor is going to finish the series for a while, I'd like Capaldi to be it. When is that going to be? I'd like Chibnall to get like 2 series out of Capaldi. I'd just like to see a new way that Doctor Who is made. Because likely if the series took a break, Chibnall wouldn't come back in 5 or 10 years. So maybe like 2020. 2020 the series ends and we get a break. But because that idea will not happen because we're in a different climate now and the BBC know that they can milk the shit out of Doctor Who will continue forever. And so in terms of a new Doctor, I generally just want a new fresh face. Don't care, male, female, ethnicity, gender, sex, whatever, doesn't matter. If it's a good talent, they're gonna do the role well. But right now I really like Dev Patel. He's currently in the movie Lion, and he's generally been playing an Australian, but he's a Londoner, and when you see him in interviews, he just seems very doctory, so I'm totally keen for him if I was going to choose the new Doctor. Obviously, he'd have to suit the part, he'd have to suit where Chibnall wants to go with the series if he is the one leading that series, but I kind of quite like that dude, so check him out, and check out Lion, Slumdog Millionaire. He's probably in a few other movies as well, but yeah, he's an ace actor. Pretty good Doctor. Now moving on to some class queries. Henry Dudestar asks, class or Torchwood? Jackie P's Commander, which is your favourite class episode and character? Well, first up I'd have to say Torchwood, I guess, because it's had more time to grow on me and I enjoyed it a lot more. Class has only had 1 series and it's definitely not looking like it's going to get a 2nd series, so just in terms of characters built and a world that exists, I kind of like Torchwood more. Favourite character, I'd definitely say Miss Quill, and Miss Quill almost went down that route of being like just too smart, too sassy, too just over the top. But Miss Quill manages to be a new version of that Moffat character that I can enjoy, and it's not exactly the same. She stands up for herself, but she has flaws. That's something that the Moffat female, like what I'm saying is like the River Song, the Irene Adler, just those sorts of ones. Del Fox, I think it is, in Time Heist, like they're just clones, they're all the same character, and even his companions are quite similar. I feel like Miss Quill has flaws, and rather than them being exposed by men to make her seem less crazy, she is just aware of her flaws, but she hides them, and she's just this strong character that I really enjoy. If there was one driving force for me to finish that series, it was Miss Quill, and luckily, because my favourite episode is the second last one, where it's basically all about Miss Quill, and that journey she takes inside the box, I think it is. I didn't follow that series at all very well, but I like Miss Quill, I like that second last episode. Now next up, Cole Crunch has a fight idea. Do you think we could have a Missy versus Davros finale for Series 10? Mr. Crunch, it isn't really up to me, but I would like to see what Missy had planned for the Daleks. And if that involves Davros, sure, maybe Missy starts to take over the Daleks and Davros is like, no, you can't do that. I don't know what this is. It's his metal claw, but it kind of turned into Emperor Palpatine. But, I mean, she poked his eye. That's a battle in itself, really. That's a pretty good fight. So, you know, up to Doctor Who people, up to Moffat. But the Daleks do look like they're appearing in Series 10, so maybe that's why Missy is in the series, because she's still with the Daleks. We'll find out at some point. Now next up is Superman. Superman fan Sam asks, considering we are coming up to Christmas, what are some things that are on your wish list? Now, there wasn't much Doctor Who stuff released last year, so I didn't really have anything Doctor Who on my wish list. Would have had the Series 9 soundtrack on my wish list, Where is Series 9 soundtrack? Where is it, buddies? But on my wish list was video games, and I was lucky enough to get them. They're all there. What was on your Christmas list? Let me know down in the comments. Now moving on, it's time for Jakey Boy! What is your favourite classic Doctor Who episode? City of Death. No. Remembrance of the Daleks. No. Tim and Sidemen. Did I say City of Death? No, Time Lash. No, not Time Lash. Whovian Forever asks, what's your favourite story from every Doctor? Well, An Unearthly Child, The War Games, Carnival of Monsters, City of Death, The Caves of Androzani, The Ultimate Foe, Remembrance of the Daleks, Gotta Listen to More, Big Finish, The Empty Child, Dr. Dancers, Human Nature, Family Blood, The Pandora Opens, The Big Bang, Heaven Send, and there we go. Now a Who break to some more questions. Galactic Hobo asks, do you like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? If so, who's your favourite character? Well, Hobo, I sadly haven't watched the original series, but I've seen the film, and I like Arthur Dent. Martin Freeman. Bloody Martin Freeman. Connor Goddard asks, do you believe the 2016 Doctor Who break was successful in building up anticipation for the upcoming series and Christmas special, or did it only lead to disappointment from a lack of a series? Good question, Goddard. Well, I think if anything it hindered the Christmas special, because of course a year of no Doctor Who is gonna be a struggle to sort of then give us something worthy of a lack of Doctor Who. Of course Big Finish and stuff is happening, but for the general public there's been nothing. It was okay. It was kind of, I enjoyed the episode, but I will not deny that it wasn't the spectacle of an entire series, and it definitely it fell flat in terms of we waited a year for that. But even though of course people's love of Doctor Who may be hindered because of we've not had a series, then we kind of had a lackluster little Christmas special, the next series of Doctor Who looks so refreshed. Capaldi looks like he has energy. Some of the plots look very interesting just from the trailer. I don't know what the plots are like, but it looks like a fresh new series, and if that's what we needed, if we needed a break to give us a better series, I love Series 9, but the next one looks a lot more varied and interesting, then I think the year break was important, more so for the crew and the cast than for us, the fans. Because here's the thing, making 13 episodes a year, it must be killer. And when now we've got an actor like Peter Capaldi, who is amazing, but he's not a lot, he's on the elderly side of Matt Smith. And Moffat even, and like just everyone involved. It's a rigorous schedule, and to have a year off, I think the show is going to be benefited for it. So, in answer, anticipation, failure, because like you can't build from a year off and then give us that, and it was kind of like But in terms of making a better series, I think they needed the break, and as I said, 5 years off. Imagine the series we could have if a year off gives us whatever we're getting this year. But that was a long question, so let's do some quick fire. Poo, poo, poo. It's Prue asks, do you watch Primeval? No, but I've always wanted to, so I'll put it on the list. Which episode is your favourite / worst? Favourite is somewhere already in this video, but worst is probably Sleep No More. Favourite / worst companion and Doctor? Favourite 11 and Romana. Least favourite 6 because I just haven't seen enough of 6 to say I enjoy him more than every other Doctor. And Rose. Taco D Kitty asks, so, you like bread? Yes, but I don't have time to rapid fire, Taco DC Kitty. Henry Dootstar gives us some more rapid fire with Wonder Woman versus 6th Doctor. What? Do you like Trial of a Time Lord? If so, have you heard about Big Finish's 6th Doctor, The Last Adventure? I did like watching the big, massive, multi-part serial, but I don't know if I have time to listen to The Last Adventure. I am interested, but we will see. Yes or no to a Doctor Who anime with the 8th Doctor and Charlie Pollard? Sure. Would you rather be a baby for the rest of your life or be turned into an action figure of yourself? Is it like Matt Smith has action figures of himself, or am I physically being turned into an action figure? Because if so, I think I'd rather be a baby. Although actually, if my action figure had like 20 points of articulation, I could probably function normally as a human. Couldn't eat bread, but I could do tiny little video editing with my... Actually no, well... I already need 10 bits of articulation in my fingers to be able to press buttons. Alright, I'm gonna go with a baby. Weird question, but thank you for all of your questions. I'll probably do another one of these in the future, so I'll let you know and you can chuck your comment. Just think about some questions. Just think about them. At some point, just keep churning them. At some point, I'll tell you to type them down in the comments. But yes, thank you for watching. Stay subscribed because next week, or this week rather, I'll have a Doctor Who video game history thing. Should be out on Wednesday, and then Friday, Doctor Who news. Hopefully not just about merchandise, hopefully there's some Series 10 news available. We shall soon find out, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.